What's cracking, everybody? And it's finally Spooktober. So, today we're gonna be covering some very disturbing entries in the Pokedex, at least in the original 150. If this video does well and you guys enjoy some disturbing Pokemon facts, then definitely smash that like button and I can get the next generation out to you, possibly both if there's not enough, and we'll just keep having some fun. Our first entry comes from Charmander, and while it's not disturbing in itself, this description is: from the time it is born, a flame burns at the tip of its tail. Its life would end if the flame were to go out. So can you imagine you're happy, you have your freaking Charmander, and then you accidentally give it a bath and put out its flame and kill it? That's kind of messed up, isn't it? I mean, there's different levels of disturbing here, but my god, that is extraordinarily sad. And its next one comes from its evolved form, where Charmeleon becomes a little bit more barbaric. In Fire Red, it says it lashes about with its tail to knock down its foe, and then tears up the fallen opponent with its sharp claws. There are other Pokedex entries where Charmeleon is a very aggressive boy and he will only calm down until he defeats a strong opponent. And this thing is a battle rage monster that will tear up anything it sees, from what it sounds like. I don't want to encounter a Charmeleon in the wild. This next one, believe it or not, is a Metapod. And this description comes from Sun. Its shell is filled with soft innards. It doesn't move much because of the risk it might carelessly spill its innards out. I don't know about you, but if you have a cute little Caterpie and then it evolves and you're like, hey, look at this, and then you show it to your friend, but then its innards just like gush out and stuff and its Pokemon guts all over the floor, that's kind of disgusting. Honestly, that's really disgusting, so don't move your Metapods, kids. Don't move them. Otherwise, it's bye-bye Butterfree. And in its evolved form, Butterfree has a little bit of a disturbing thing in the Sun Pokedex. Close examination of its large eyes reveals that each eye is composed of a myriad of tiny eyes. So those big bulbous red things that you thought were cute, well, guess what? They're a bunch of tiny, disgusting eyes. Maybe Sharingans on the inside of that eye. Yikes. And this next one should come as no surprise. Beedrill. Beedrill is extremely territorial. No one should ever approach its nest. This is for their own safety. If angered, they will attack in a furious swarm. Now, obviously, it's the same as bees in real life here, but you gotta remember that a Beedrill is extremely huge and would probably be lethal to a human. It's a 65-pound bee that's also 3 foot tall. This thing would do some serious damage to you, alright? Especially if it's attacking in swarms. But the one thing that you should look out for the most is the Mega Beedrill, which its legs have become poisonous stingers. It stabs its prey repeatedly with the stingers on its limbs, dealing the final blow with the stinger on its rear. If you weren't afraid of a regular Beedrill, a Mega Beedrill is an even angrier, deadlier threat to your life than anything before. I would not want to go anywhere in a forest where this thing is living. Our next entry is a Ratata, where in Ultra Sun it says its incisors grow continuously throughout its life. If its incisors get too long, the Pokemon becomes unable to eat, and it starves to death. Imagine having a cute little mouse that you forget to give it something to gnaw on, and then it dies because it can't put any food in its mouth because its teeth are too big. That is incredibly sad. However, the next one is the Raticate, where it says, gnaws on anything with its tough fangs. It can even topple concrete buildings by gnawing on them. Imagine if you're just in your house for it to suddenly collapse upon you because a Raticate was eating through your freaking home. That is the definition of scary. And given the fact that Ratatas and these Raticates can literally live anywhere, like, this might actually happen a lot in the Pokemon world. Our next one is Arbok, where it states in Pokemon Silver, with a very vengeful nature, it won't give up the chase, no matter how far, once it targets its prey. Now, given the fact that it can literally squeeze an oil drum flat with its tail, that's terrifying, okay? Imagine you piss off a snake one day, you know, you accidentally threw a rock or did something at it, you farted in its general direction, and now it's gonna follow you all the way to your home until it kills you. That is wow. This next one should surprise a few of you, as it's Nidoran male, where in gold it says the poison hidden in its small horn is extremely potent. Even a tiny scratch can have fatal results. And in silver it even goes on to say, although not very combative, it will torment its foes with poison spikes if it's threatened in any way. So not only can this thing prick you just with its little horn, you think it's cute, you accidentally get pricked, you're dead. And then furthermore, even if you piss it off, it's going to actually torture you to death on top of it. This thing is a little sadistic psychopath. But even worse is the evolved form Nidoking, where in red and blue it says it uses its powerful tail in battle to smash, constrict, then break the prey's bones. A Pokemon battle would certainly take a turn for the worse if Nidoking is smashing them to death with its tails, or worse, go after the trainer and smash them to death. Pokemon can be very adult in nature with some of this stuff. This next one is a crowned favorite, Ninetales, where in Pokemon Ruby the description of it is Ninetales casts a sinister light from its bright red eyes to gain total control over its foe's mind. This Pokemon is said to live for 1,000 years. It also says that it will curse you for 1,000 years if you grab one of its tails, but I think the mind control is up there in terms of absolutely terrifying. That's like Code Geass levels of terrifying. Now this one should not surprise anybody, but a Golbat. And in Sapphire, it states that Golbat bites down on its prey with its 4 fangs and drinks the victim's blood. It becomes active on inky dark moonless nights, flying around to attack people and Pokemon. There's other descriptions that state that Golbat can sip 10 ounces of blood in an instant. So this thing will absolutely drain you until it's fat and can't even fly anymore because it likes it. And considering the abundance of Zubats and Golbats in Pokemon alone, I would never ever want to go in a cave or anywhere dark. That just sounds like you're probably going to die. Our next entry is Gloom, where in Emerald it states a horribly noxious honey drools from its mouth. One whiff of the honey can result in memory loss. Some fans are said to enjoy this overwhelming stink, however. Now, I don't know about you, but actually just smelling a Vileplume stench can make you just forget stuff and have amnesia? Like, and you're letting your kids wander in the forest with this thing? And then to top it off, some people whip this stuff up regularly like some sort of dope. That just sounds wrong. However, the real nasty one is its evolved form, Vileplume, where in Sapphire it states Vileplume has the world's largest petals. They are used to attract prey that are then doused with toxic spores. Once the prey are immobilized, this Pokemon catches and devours them. You know, I never really trusted a creature that looked like Vileplume. That thing scares the living crap out of me. And to know that it will just paralyze you with its spores and then eat you, like just gradually walk up to you and eat you, that alone is like, I don't want to go anywhere near a forest or an open field or outside. Now this one definitely tops the list of disturbing here, and that is Parasect. And in the original Red-Blue, it says, a host-parasite pair in which the parasite mushroom has taken over the host bug. Prefers damp places. And in Yellow, it continues, the bug host is drained of energy by the mushroom on its back. They appear to do all the thinking. Basically, the Parasect is a living zombie that's been taken over by its host. And I don't know if about you, but if you guys have ever played The Last of Us, it's pretty much like that. Now, if those mushrooms started spreading to humans and taking over our minds, like, I think it's time that we get out of that Pokemon world. The next entry is a Primeape. One angry boy, and in Sun, it says it's been known to become so angry that it dies as a result. The face looks peaceful in death, however. And then in Ultra Sun, it says it will never forgive opponents who have angered it, even after it has beaten them down until they can't move. It never, ever forgives. They're very hostile creatures, okay? You could just piss it off by looking at it and it will want to beat you up. Things are terrifying in Pokemon, okay? This thing can get so angry that it kills itself, thankfully, so at least the population will always be cold. The next entry is a very odd one of Kadabra. When in Fire Red, it states, it happened one morning. A boy with extrasensory powers awoke in a bed, transformed into a Kadabra. And in Diamond it continues, if one is nearby, an eerie shadow appears on TV screens. Seeing the shadow is said to bring bad luck. Like, that's pretty creepy. I'm not gonna lie, very, very disturbing, honestly. Like, if you just wake up one day and you transformed into a Pokemon, this is literally like you throwing a Pokeball at a human and capturing them at that point. It's that level of messed up, you're enslaving humans. And if you thought Vileplume was scary, wait till you get a little view of Victreebel, where in Red and Blue it states, said to live in huge colonies deep in jungles, although no one has ever returned from there. And then Yellow continues to say, lures prey with this sweet aroma of honey. Swallowed whole, the prey is melted in a day, bones and all. Basically, what they just implied, that Victreebel lures unsuspecting humans and other animals alike and then eats them whole, mashes them into a little puddle of goo and swallows them. Yeah, I think the plants in Pokemon are probably one of the most disturbing things out there. Being a vegan in Pokemon is probably one of the worst choices. Now, I couldn't possibly do this video without Haunter in here, where in Pokemon Yellow it states by licking, it saps the victim's life. It causes shaking that won't stop until the victim's demise. So this thing can just casually stroll up to a human, lick them, and then cause them to seize until they die. I mean, it doesn't help that, like, one of the descriptions in Fire Red, if you get the feeling of being watched and nobody's around, Haunter is there. Like, that's... Like, calm down. But that still doesn't beat its evolved form Gengar, where in Sun, should you feel yourself attacked by a sudden chill, it's evidence of an approaching Gengar. There is no escaping it. Give up. And then in Ultra Moon, even your home isn't safe. Gengar will lurk in whatever dark corner of a room it will find and wait for a chance to catch its prey. Like, holy crap, dude. Like, this thing will just come and kill you. Like, oh, okay. Like, I'm cool, Pokemon. Like, I'll stand right here where there's no Gengars. And even its Mega Gengar form, it says in Ultra Sun, it tries to take the lives of anyone and everyone. It will even try to curse the trainer, who is its master. Why would you ever want to catch a Gengar, alright, and then power it up so it's even more evil and more powerful and unstoppable than before? Like, let's not do dumb stuff. This next one is Drowsy. And in Ruby and Sapphire, its description is, if your nose becomes itchy while you are sleeping, it's a sure sign that one of these Pokemon is standing above your pillow and is trying to eat your dreams through your nostrils. Now this one isn't lethal, but I don't want some freaking nasty Pokemon sucking up my nose and stealing my dreams and my boogers as well. That is just gross. That's yikes. Now this next one is infamous, and that is Hypno. Where in Fire Red it states it carries a pendulum-like device. There once was an incident in which it took away a child it hypnotized. And what it did with the child, I don't even want to know. But nothing is quite as extreme as Gyarados' entries, where in Red and Blue, it says rarely seen in the wild. Huge and vicious, it's capable of destroying entire cities in a range. And in Yellow it continues brutally vicious and enormously destructive, known for totally destroying cities in ancient times. These things are the gods of destruction in the Pokemon world, and yes, I know it's kind of a joke given how useless Magikarp is, but if this thing ever evolves, you better run for cover because this thing will utterly annihilate everyone, just because it's its instinct to annihilate everyone. And our next one is a Mewtwo, specifically a Mega Mewtwo Y. Where in the Let's Go Pikachu / Eevee description, it says, despite its diminished size, its mental power has grown phenomenally. With a mere thought, it can smash a skyscraper to smithereens. And considering that Mewtwo has been bred to be emotionless and only for battle, this thing is probably one of the scariest Pokemon in existence. So I hope you guys had a little kick about this. Maybe this will make you reconsider wanting to live in a Pokemon world. It's a little bit more scary than you thought it was. But this video was quite fun. I had a lot of fun recording it. It took a long time reading through a bunch of descriptions, but I feel it was worth it, as if you guys got a thrill out of it. So if you did, please leave a like, subscribe for some more quality content, and I hope to see all of you beautiful sons of guns again next time.
You crazy mother.